Alright, everybody. It is week 9 already.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing. So, the first game we got on Thursday
is the Raiders and the 49ers.
It might be the worst game of the year so far.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty...
I'm going to pick the 49ers, I think.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to have a hard time after losing probably their #1 receiver.
I think it's either the Raiders or the Giants that are the worst team in the league. And I was thinking about making a video about that.
It's up in the air.
But yeah, I think the 49ers have shown like flashes of.
They can compete.
I don't want to say like greatness, but like you can tell that they're a decent football team. Like the Raiders, no.
The 49ers can compete with anybody. Like they've showed it. So yeah, got to pick the 49ers. Moving on to Sunday, got the Steelers and the Ravens.
I'm definitely picking the Steelers. I think that they're trying to get white hot, and the Ravens, like the Panthers, kind of like exposed them a little bit. Maybe the Ravens kind of put the blueprint out of how they can lose. I don't know if it was an off week for the defense, but it was like the Panthers had no problem scoring on them early.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the Steelers. They're catching fire, like we said early on in the season. If you go watch like week 2 and week 3, we said they'll catch on eventually. Just give it time.
Yeah, James Conner is basically. Like, for a while there, everybody was saying, like, oh, he hasn't replaced Le'Veon, but he's played well. Like, I think he's pretty much like, yep, we checked that box. Like, that boy is filled.
We got the Bears and the Bills up next.
The Bears, no doubt.
I'm not...
Nathan Peterman's playing for the Bills, if you didn't know.
Yeah, Derek Anderson has a concussion.
The Bears, I'd really like anyway. I like their They got, like, Taylor Gabriel, and they got Allen.
They got a lot of guys, yeah. We got the Panthers and the Buccaneers.
I'm going to pick the Panthers for the first time in 3 weeks. I think the the Bucs are kind of like Sean Jackson wants out, and then they don't know who their quarterback's going to be.
Yeah, week to week, they don't know who's starting at quarterback. That's not good.
It'll probably. I mean, we know Jameis is probably going to sit on the bench, but like, I don't see any way I can not pick the Panthers in this one. To be honest.
They just put up 36 on the #1 defense. I mean, they're playing at home. I got to pick them. No reason you shouldn't.
Although the Panthers tend to like to make these games way more exciting than they should be.
The next one we can roll through pretty quick. Got the Chiefs and the Browns.
The Chiefs, I guarantee victory.
Chiefs, guaranteed victory. We got the Jets and the Dolphins up next. I'm probably going to pick the Dolphins.
I'm going to pick the Dolphins, too. They've actually been pretty... They surprised me the last few weeks.
They're 4-4. They're doing all right. They're not too bad. They're definitely in the AFC. They're not even out of the playoff race. They're not out of the wild card spot, so got to pick the Dolphins.
This next one are two teams that I really expected a lot out of this year, and it kind of hasn't been what I thought even remotely. You got the Lions going to Minnesota.
That's a tough one.
I might pick Minnesota. I think Thielen and Diggs are enough to take over the game, but I will say, like, I thought these two teams were going to be, like, 10-win teams, like, and have, like, powerhouse offenses, like.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Minnesota.
They just got rid of Golden Tate on the Lions, too. I feel like that might take a few weeks to adjust, if you can even ever adjust to it, because he was crazy, like electric. It just makes the Eagles even better.
He can come out and just take over a game sometimes really hard, so, yeah, got to pick the Vikings. I got the Falcons and the Redskins up next.
I'm actually going to pick the Redskins. I think the Redskins are a way more complete team, and I think the Falcons have the ability to score more than them, but like they just are not clutch at all most of the time.
The Redskins, yeah, they're a really good team this year, leading the division.
They're going to control the pace. They run it with Adrian Peterson, and they have like the best clock manager in the game. And they have a pretty good defense, and then they just got Clinton Diggs from the Packers. Like, that defensive backfield is just loaded now. Like, I think they're going to be pretty good the rest of the year.
This next game is the most interesting game to me all week. You got the Texans at the Broncos, and the Texans just got, yesterday, Demaryius Thomas. They just got him yesterday.
You can tell them the entire playbook. I didn't even think about that.
I mean,
like, it's not even the thing where it's like, I was there, like, last season. Like, it was like, I was there, like...
I was there 2 days ago.
There's no way that
and they're going to Denver to play.
There's like no way he could just stay there and not even go meet up with the Texans. Probably that's probably what he should do.
So I'm gonna probably have to pick the Texans. I think the Texans are a better team, anyways. I would pick the Texans whether he was playing
on the team or not. I'm picking the Texans, no doubt. I think the Broncos are basically like unloading.
I can almost guarantee you Demaryius Thomas is gonna be sitting in a couple defensive meetings this week. Though I can about guarantee that.
I would probably just not even play him and just have him sit in the booth with the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea either. You got the Chargers and the Seahawks up next. Chargers, I think they're going to... I don't want to say destroy them because the Seahawks have gotten better, but I think I would be surprised if the Seahawks won. I really think the Chargers are pretty good. Chargers are a super complete team this year. They're finally coming around like a lot of people have expected them to the past couple of years. And, I mean, 5-2. They're probably going to make the playoffs more than likely. So, yeah, got to pick the Chargers. Here's the game everybody else is excited
This
for.
is the game I really want to see. This is the game of the week right here.
Get the Rams and the Saints. This is a tough one.
You know what? I'm actually
gonna
going to pick the Saints.
Yep, I'm going to pick the Saints.
I do think that if you follow my Twitter, like I told you the last couple weeks, I think the Rams are great. I think the Saints, I don't know. I just feel like Jared Goff, like if the game gets fully put in his hands, I'm not like 100% sure.
They're not 100% sure.
Like I feel like I have him as my fantasy quarterback, so I don't want to get any angry comments. Like obviously I think he's good, but like I just feel like if it got into a shootout and it was to the point where him versus Drew Brees happens, I think Drew Brees is going to make sure they win.
Yeah, I got to pick the Saints. I think the Saints can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody.
It's going to make so many people mad that we're not picking the Rams.
I mean, we're trying to go for rightness here, and we think the Saints will win. So I mean, we'll know next week. We'll know Sunday. Sunday night, really good game. You got a lot of good games this week.
This is like the best. Okay, we'll get to actually see this one.
Yeah, it's the Packers and the Patriots.
We'll probably get the Rams and the Saints too.
Yeah, it's the game of the week. It's Fox's game of the week. So you got the Packers and the Patriots for Sunday Night Football. That's a tough one. I'm going to pick the Packers.
I'm picking the Patriots. I think
it's in Foxborough.
That's a big reason why, and also they just have more of a complete team, I think.
I'm going to pick the Patriots. They struggled to move the ball against...
I'm definitely going to make sure I watch that.
I mean, I meant to say Packers. The Patriots struggled to move the ball against the Bills is what I was about to say.
I'm 100% watching that game. That's going to be... That's like a part of history. Like,
yeah.
If you don't watch that, that's kind of pathetic.
I think they struggled really hard in the first quarter and really the second quarter to move the ball against the Bills. If you struggle to move the ball against the Bills... But at the same time, like we talked about earlier with the Redskins, the Packers did just lose Clinton Dix, and they lost Ty Montgomery this week. A lot of people aren't mentioning that one as much, but two major components of the team.
The Ravens, that's pretty good pickup. Like, despite the fumble he had, like.
Other than that, what's been his knock?
Like, he wanted out too. Like, I think that was the other knock on him. He just was like. Everybody was saying he was making a big deal about it. Then he's out now, so the Ravens won't have that problem.
As far as on the field performance, though, Ty Montgomery's really good. But I'm going to pick the Packers. I think it's going to come down to I think this is going to be one of those games. And I think you'll agree. Whoever has the ball last, if the score's close.
I think the Patriots are going to pace it and then have a lead, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have to keep coming back, and then eventually he won't be able to do it, or it'll be like he doesn't have enough time to do it.
So we got our split on that one, and then for the last game on Monday night, we got the Titans at the Cowboys.
I'm picking the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are coming off a bye, and they're going to have Amari Cooper, and getting him before that bye worked out pretty good. And the only problem has been like the lack of respect of their vertical passing game. Like it was basically like everybody. I have him on my fantasy team, so I was watching like every game they have. It's like he can't do anything. The box is filled every single time. I don't know if this will be the solution, but at least they're trying to make a move to find that solution. And if it can kind of help a little bit, I think it'll open up the run game, which is what they ultimately want to do. And their defense has been absolutely phenomenal.
Defense has been playing lights out football. So that's week 9. A lot of amazing games this week. I mean, even the Thursday night game, even though it is the...
I might have to watch it out of computer.
Yeah, even though it is the 49ers and the Raiders, it's still a good game, but... Thanks for watching this week, guys. We appreciate everybody watching. Let us know what you think about the picks, and we'll see you next time.